Greetings. So, you know who matters more than gamers to the gaming industry? Because they know they've got these gamers hook, line, and sinker. You're going to buy these consoles whether they treat you like crap or not. So you don't matter. Anyhow, this is OTR Ogre and Corgi, and if you like or hate what I'm doing, like, and subscribe, leave a rage-filled comment, or surprise me and leave an intelligent one. Let's get into this. For all these people that are losing their minds and saying, oh my god, the scalpers are buying up all the units, I'd argue the scalpers are just a legitimate business with a bad reputation. I mean, people do this all the time. Rich people, like, when they want something, they're going to get it. They're going to pay people to go out and go get it, you know. So these people will build up a network and basically buy up a bunch of units, you know, and then they sell them to their clients, and then they make a pretty penny. I mean, people say, well, they're probably not paying their taxes. Whatever. Maybe they are. Would that surprise you at all that it's a legitimate business? So they use their technology to obtain what they wanted, and now you're pissed that you don't have it. Well, you're not so pissed that you're not telling Sony collectively as people, you're like, no, I'm not buying your unit. You guys did a shitty release. You should have released enough to actually supply the full supply so we could all go out and buy it. But no, you didn't. You're doing this hype shit. So the scalpers are actually doing the big companies a favor, like whether it's Microsoft or Sony. I mean, I'd argue in the big three, Nintendo's kind of out of this fight right now. This is really between Microsoft and Sony. But really, like, say, for instance, the piss pickle, you know, the PS5. This situation where you basically are getting treated like crap, and they know you're going to come back and buy it like a junkie. It doesn't matter whether you buy it now or buy it later. You're going to be even more junk sick later. Like, when you get it, you're going to feel like you're validated. You're going to have it, and you're like, it's mine. I have one. And then basically at that point, you know, then it's really about selling you more crap, you know, games and whatnot, controllers, you know, whatever happens to be the new hip thing that comes out. That's what matters more than you. That's why when it comes to these big box stores, they don't need to, you know, change up the way they sell things. They could solve this problem. It wouldn't be that hard. Set up, you know, like you got to go in and fill out a form, you know, and then fill out that form, and then, you know, they pull it out of the box, and then they call the people or email the people saying, hey, you were selected. Can you purchase this? And then basically have the person either pay online or, you know, do whatnot. And then so you actually get the unit. It'd be harder to bot this. You're not going to be able to bot, you know, maybe you're going to send in, you know, 20,000 people. Like, make sure it's actually something where you could prove it's a real person. And you know what? Customers would be really happy about that, because at least it would seem somewhat legitimate. But it doesn't matter, because in the long run, they know you're still going to come and buy these units anyways. So whether you get one of these original ones that are being, you know, basically the elitist gamers are basically sending out people, as you call them, scalpers, to buy them up all online, and the guaranteed, much like this happens with cars, by the way, you know, where someone is basically, they go out and they're a finder. They go out and they find the things that certain rich people want, and then they get a finder's fee for it. This is the same thing, except for it's just elitist gamers. And then more or less people sitting there with their unit being like, oh, look at this, I have it, and you don't. Well, the fact that you're still craving it, this is why this is poor man's logic. This is bread and circus style logic, the poor people, the way they think. They're like, number one, this isn't like your food, water, or shelter or anything that matters. This is you fighting over something that's complete crap. Like, there's real issues going on in the world, and you're like, screw that crap. I gotta have one of these things so I can look like I'm better than the fucking neighbors. You know? So when they know they have you that hook, line, and sinker, you don't matter. But the future sales of games, equipment, all that stuff, and securing that market in the future, because guaranteedly, like, say, even after Christmas, a few months after Christmas, these things will probably be widely available. If you really wanted to stick it to these companies, because that's who you really need to stick it to, forget the sales places, because the company, it starts with the company saying, oh, we're okay with you treating our customers like shit. You know, we're totally fine with this. If you really want to stick it to them, you say, I'm not buying this. I'm going to be a retro gamer for a while longer. Maybe when the price goes down or the quality goes up, maybe I'll consider it. But this is why I recommend PC. You know what? You know what you're not dealing with PC? Yeah, people say, well, they cost more. Stop thinking like a peasant. Learn how to save your money. Learn how to, like, make more money, save more money, be more efficient, and then you can afford the things you would truly enjoy. Hell, I should do a video series why you should live in a van, because you can save God levels money. Like, hey, you're paying $1,000 a month in rent. 2 months, you got your Omega level PC there. Like, shut the fuck up, quit whining. But the point of it is that These people act like if I have to go a little bit longer, and you're probably pissing away your money on other stupid shit, like pizza or food or some stupid stuff. That's the reason you can't afford a better system. But if you started saying, I'm moving over to this system over here because I dislike the treatment over here, and this is like what you see with politics. People, every time more people move to the independent or libertarian or whatever party over here, it means the two big parties over there, they have to actually adjust their strategies. They have to start saying, we're going to do it a little bit different now. That way they can try to bring people back. But once again, it's like the old saying, gamers get the industry they deserve. And they fear the concept that one day, like say they're a drug dealer, and they want you junk sick all the time. They fear the concept that one day, in a state where it's legal, you'll just start growing your own weed. You'll be like, fuck it, I'm just going to grow my own medicine. Fuck off. I don't need to deal with that guy. That guy's an asshole. This is Farmer John's wacky tobacco. And when you're growing your own stuff, that's the same thing with booze and tobacco. Why do they don't want competition? And this is the same thing with gaming. PC represents competition. So the better and cheaper that PC becomes, so like you take the equivalent level, like that's all the console is a crappy PC. But the better that becomes, and the more available that becomes, and the more normalized that becomes, the more that those PS and Microsoft, the more they're going to have to compete. They're going to have to compete with the real market, not with this bubble enclosed market. But because they know you're going to come back, they don't need to treat you good at all. So anyways, this is OTR Ogre and Corgi. And if you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe. Hate what I'm doing, same thing. And hey, don't hesitate to leave a rage-filled comment, because those are entertaining. So y'all have a good day. Stop being like a junkie. So take it easy.